Hey guys, I'm gonna review The Devil's Rejects, but before I do that, I want to say I miss Sid Haig. He passed away recently, and I knew that he was having some health problems because Rob Zombie's been talking about it. And when I watched the newest movie in this trilogy, you only see Sid Haig for like a few minutes before his character disappears. That's because of health problems. The actor could not handle filming anymore, but he knew it was important that Captain Spaulding get one more bit of screen time before, you know. But I met Sid Haig, well, the early 2000s, I think. I forgot what year it was. It was actually Fanboy Expo in Tampa where I met him. At first, I was kind of intimidated meeting him because he looks like, Captain Spaulding. It's like, oh my gosh, this guy's probably gonna either kill me or put a drumstick through my nose. Luckily, he didn't do either of that. He was actually a really nice guy in person. But rest in peace, Sid Haig. But anyways, when I heard about this news, I just wanted to review Devil's Rejects again. And also recently, because I watched 3 from Hell, I was like, hey, let's go ahead and review Devil's Rejects. Now, a lot of people consider Devil's Rejects to be Rob Zombie's best film. I personally enjoy the first film in this trilogy, and that's The House of a Thousand Corpses. I love that really retro grindhouse look with the super bright colors that he added to it, giving it a very unworldly or out of this world look to it. And that's the big opposite of Devil's Rejects. Devil's Rejects was a lot more realistic, and the film looked really grainy, and the colors were a lot more, subdued. So, House of a Thousand Corpses, over the top, unrealistic, but my favorite. Then Devil's Rejects comes, a lot more realistic, and it's, I guess, still over the top with those villains. And then just a more realistic and gritty approach to these fireflies. And then you have 3 from Hell, which I already reviewed. But anyways, quick plot summary for Devil's Rejects. The fireflies, namely Captain Spaulding, Otis. Captain Spaulding, Otis, and Baby are on the run from the deputies, and they try to seek refuge with some people that they might know, and then they end up getting hunted down. And then this really it's a really bad sheriff, he teaches them a lesson, basically. That's the plot summary in a nutshell. But I want to talk about this movie. Again, this is a lot more different than the first movie, which is House of a Thousand Corpses. Rob Zombie talked about how Universal was just throwing money at House of a Thousand Corpses. I mean, like the sets that they made, it looked really big budget. Like, you had Captain Spaulding's museum, you had the Firefly residence, then you had Dr. Satan's lair. Apparently they just kept throwing money at it, and I actually did prefer the first movie, not just because of the sets, but the whole movie itself was just awesome. It was a very cool retro grindhouse. But I can see why people like the second movie. It's a lot more realistic. It's extremely graphic, and just seeing these fireflies go to town on these innocent people, it's sickening, but you just can't stop watching. Now, what I like about this movie, I still love Captain Spaulding's character, but Rob Zombie introduces a new character, and that's Sheriff Wydell. He is the brother of the other Sheriff Wydell from the first movie. If you remember, Wydell gets shot while he's talking to Mother Firefly. His partner calls him on the radio, and that's when he gets shot. So this new Wydell comes around, and he wants revenge for his brother's death. He knows that the Fireflies shot his brother, so he wants to hunt these degenerates down and punish them. So what I like about Wydell is he is even badder than the bad guys in this movie. he actually makes Baby and the others really scared of what he's capable of. He's basically fighting for us, who they expect to be the good guys. But this guy, man, he is walking the line. Like, he's truly walking the line, and he crosses that line, and he is such a great character, so wicked, but he's all doing it in the name of God, and it's just so refreshing to see a good guy put so much fear into the hearts of the bad guys. So I think Wydell is probably my third favorite character in any Rob Zombie movie. My other two favorites are Captain Spaulding and Dr. Satan, even though Dr. Satan hardly gets any screen time whatsoever and very little backstory to him. It's just he's one of those Boba Fett characters where he doesn't have much written about him, but he's so cool because of his mystique. But yeah, back to Sheriff Wydell. Man, he's played by William Forsythe, great actor, and his character is just so awesome in that movie. Like, when you see him punishing the Fireflies, you're kind of rooting for him, even though he's doing these really, these things that are against the law, especially for a man of the badge. Like, he is, as I said, he's crossing that line. But man, you are cheering for this guy as he punishes these sick Firefly members. But anyways, you find out a bit more about Captain Spaulding in this movie, and I think it helps define his character even more, which is why I liked Devil's Rejects a lot. Because in the first movie, in House of a Thousand Corpses, you only see him in the first scene, and then towards the end when you see him for a minute when he's there before the credits, but you don't really have him fleshed out as much as Devil's Rejects. Devil's Rejects, he gets a lot more screen time, and you find out more about who he actually is and what he's capable of. And trust me, he is just as bad as Otis and Baby. But I do love this movie a lot. It's just a whole completely different movie than House of a Thousand Corpses, but I still love it. I just can't believe that this movie was just as good as the first one, even though it's completely different in tone. But yeah, it does continue the adventures of the Fireflies, or I guess the misadventures of the Fireflies. And that leads us into 3 from Hell. And because of reasons outside of Rob Zombie's control, 3 from Hell suffered. But on the other hand, we got more screen time from Sid Haig. It wasn't much, but it was good just to see him before he went on to the next life, I guess. But yeah, I can't believe this guy passed away. This is one of those people that I would see like almost every year at the Florida conventions, because he went to Spooky Empire a lot, and he was almost I guess he was a crowd favorite. Like, every time he came, like, people just flocked to his tables and they talked about how nice he was in real life. Nothing at all like his Captain Spaulding persona. But Sid Haig will be missed, greatly missed by all your fans. And I think about his wife, how much she really misses him. She misses him more than all of us do, but she knew him more. But yep, Captain Spaulding, somewhere up there. Hope you're getting your Tutti Frutti and your fried drumstick, because you make the best fried drumstick in Texas. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys.